So anyone, please, you may start. Please go ahead.
A very good afternoon to you, ma'am. I am Dipanshu from KV IAA Rangpuri. I want to ask a question that what are the key factors that student consider when choosing aviation as a career?
Do you have a mic? No, you can start. You can introduce yourself.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. I am Captain Swati Lumba and I'm a captain on Airbus A320 aircraft and I'll be taking this question on behalf of pilots. So there are a lot of key essential points that you must remember if you want to pursue a career as a pilot. One of the most important things is to look after your health. This career option is heavily dependent on being fit all the time. As Captain Shweta mentioned, that you have to go through rigorous regular medicals all through your career. So please focus on your health. Your studies are equally important. You have to focus on maths and physics in particular. What you also need to keep in mind is that you need to be very flexible because you will have various working hours. You will not have the regular work-life balance that you see in a 9-to-5 job. So you have to make sure that you are okay with flexible timings and you are able to accommodate to different work schedules. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
A very good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Vinay Gupta from KVAI Rangpuri. So, ma'am, I would like to ask a question. How earlier should students start preparing for aviation career and what should they focus on in school?
Hi, good morning. My name is Shreya. I'm a senior commander with Air India on the Airbus 320 aircraft. If you are passionate about aviation and if you are passionate whether you want to be a pilot or you want to be an aircraft maintenance engineer, anything to do with aviation starts as soon as you realize that you have a passion for it. The idea is to start focusing on your studies because you will require maths and physics and you will be studying a lot if you are joining aviation. And you have to remain consistent. You do not give up at any point. Failure is not an option. You will realize that it's only a stepping stone towards your next success. So the moment you realize you have the slightest inkling of a passion, please go for it.
Hi, my name is Ashish Dhawan. I am a senior commander on the Boeing 787. Just to add what Captain said, when you choose flying as a career, it doesn't remain a job. It's like a hobby which you are doing for the rest of your life and you're getting paid for it.
आप सबने समझ लिया है कैप्टन श्वेता ने जो बोला, कैप्टन स्वाति, कैप्टन श्रिया एंड कैप्टन आशीष ने जो आपको बताया. मैं सिर्फ ये बोलना चाहूँगी, जैसे कि मैम ने बोला, ये एक जज्बा है, एक जुनून है एंड इट्स अ जॉब दैट यू नेवर ड्रैग योर फीट टू. इट्स समथिंग दैट गिव्स यू अ हाई विच हैज़ नो पैरेलल. आप ऊंची उड़ान भरिए. मेरी तरफ से आप सबको ऑल द बेस्ट. Please think about becoming a pilot, becoming an aircraft maintenance engineer, air traffic controller, flight dispatcher. There are innumerable options in aviation and they're all waiting for you. All the best.
First of all, good morning to Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, Shri Kiranjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu ji, and respected Chief Guest present here. My name is Kanish Bhatt and I study in 10th standard. My question is, are there some specific personality traits or skills that are more suited for a particular type of aviation role? Please guide me.
Okay, hello. I'm Captain Apurva Agarwal. I'm a captain on Boeing 737. So thank you for this wonderful question because it starts with a lot of personality traits. First and foremost, as ma'am just briefed us, that it is the leadership and the teamwork. And there comes a good communication skills and interpersonal skills, and a lot of factors, into problem solving, decision making, and first and foremost, I would say, is having a calm mind to come to a good conclusion, and a consistent, hardworking personality would be definitely needed. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, hi. Good morning, everybody. My name is Anvesha Singh. I'm a senior first officer with Air India and currently on the Airbus 350. Previously, I've flown the 320 and the 321s. So, I would just like to add on to what ma'am said. Being a great team player is quite essential to being anybody in aviation, be it a flight dispatcher, engineer, pilot, cabin crew. Because at the end of the day, a safe flight involves a lot of stakeholders. So, one has to be open-minded, appreciate the work that the other teams are doing, have a sense of self-discipline, respect for your colleagues, juniors, seniors, everybody, and make sure that the flight takes off safely. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Ankit from class 12th from KVAI Rangpuri. My question to you is there a structured career progression for aviation professionals, such as moving from early level of jobs to higher level position job?
Okay, hi, hello, I'm Captain Saloni here. I'm currently flying 320s. Just to answer your question, in terms of piloting career, we start our career from a junior first officer. We upgrade to a senior first officer, and thereafter we can get into training to become an instructor, and thereafter an examiner. So the career progression definitely is there. It takes many years of hard work to reach up to the maximum level. And as my colleague said, a lot of consistency is required to reach to that level. It may take up to 10 to 15 years. It all depends on your personal abilities. Thank you.
A very good afternoon, ma'am. I am Sia from class 12, KBAI Rangpuri. My question is, what are the best career fields in civil aviation right now, fastest growing career fields?
Yeah, hi, good morning, everybody. I have one question for all of you before you have for us. May I? How many of you want to become a pilot today after this presentation? Please raise your hands. Oh, that's a very less number. I think we'll do one more presentation for you all now. Okay, great. So there are a lot of career options in aviation. Like beside flying, as you become a trainer, and as an engineer also, as an ATC controller also, as a flying training instructor in flying training organization also. Further, you can up your skills if you have other technical skills, as in management of an airline or other business prospects in aviation. There are many more wings and verticals in aviation where you can actually step in along with flying also. So if you have any more specific question, we can answer that part also.
A very good morning, ma'am, and all the guests. I am Kanak from KVAI Rangpuri. I want to know what are the best educational paths for students who want to enter the aviation industry.
जैसा कि मैम ने आपको बताया है कि आपको 12वीं क्लास तो पास करनी पड़ेगी और फिज़िक्स और मैथ्स कंपलसरी है क्योंकि वो DGCA का मैंडेट है। इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि जिनको कॉमर्स या आर्ट्स अच्छी लगती हो वो पायलट नहीं बन सकते, वो भी पायलट बन सकते हैं। आप अपनी 12वीं कीजिए, उसके साथ में ओपन स्कूल या ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी से आप फिज़िक्स और मैथ्स इंडिपेंडेंटली दे सकते हैं। देन ऑल्सो यू क्वालिफाई for getting a commercial pilot license, irrespective of what stream you've chosen. You can do arts, commerce. Science helps because science trains you to start thinking analytically, more analytically than any other stream of subjects. And but 12th is a must. Physics, maths is a must. Being having a critical thinking is a must. All the best.
Good morning, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. I, Nisha Goswami, of class 12th A from KVI Rangpuri. Ma'am, my question to you is, are there government-approved aviation institutes or colleges that students should be considered?
I can't see the kid who asked this question. Hi. Okay, so we already have an established academy called Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Udan Academy in Fursatganj. It was started in 1986 and it's still going. In addition to that, we have a lot of government flying training institute, and I would request the esteemed all the guests on the dais who are the decision maker that we need more flying schools and we need more incentives for children to come forward to choose flying. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon to all in one present here. I am Shrishti from class 10th in KVAI Rangpuri. And my question is, how will AI and automation impact aviation jobs in the future? Thank you.
Yeah, hi. So I know AI is quite a hot topic right now, but yeah. So AI is quite a hot topic right now, but be rest assured that a pilot seat is quite crucial in the airplane. A pilot cannot be removed out of it because there's one thing, can you tell me what the machine still can't do no matter how much we train it? That's a question for all of you over here. I know there's a lot of age groups sitting over here. So there is one thing which a computer still hasn't learned to do, for which it needs us. Brownie points to those who answer. Anybody? Yeah, I see your hand coming up. Can you tell me what that is? आप बताइए कौन सी एक वो ऐसी चीज़ है जो अभी तक कंप्यूटर करना सीख नहीं पाया है, जिसके लिए अभी भी उसे एक ह्यूमन की ज़रूरत है? Yes, like sir very correctly said, there is a thing called decision making, which a computer still cannot do. There are multiple models in which you can train a computer, but ultimately flying is such a dynamic thing that you need to make spot decisions. And no matter how much you train a computer for it, you will still need that one individual to take the call. And that will always be a pilot. So yes, we are very glad the AI and the automation helps us improve our safety, but a pilot is still a very crucial element in the aviation industry.
Hi. I would like to add to Captain Anvesha's response. While we're talking about AI and we're talking about the crucial aspect of a commander and a first officer being critical decision makers, we're also talking about a soft skills aspect whereby leadership cannot be replaced by AI. Similarly, soft skills of communication, understanding your peers, taking into account all the factors, all your resources cannot solely be done by AI. Primarily, since we're talking about nothing which is hardwired. We're talking about human emotions also. Understanding the needs of your co-workers, understanding the needs of other stakeholders, and primarily for us in civil aviation, understanding the needs of our passengers and catering to it real time, because the situations are dynamic and often difficult, cannot often be done by AI. In fact, it can solely be done by the humanity of a human being. Thank you.
Rather just adding on to what my fellow captains have said, AI in the future, what I foresee, will only make the flying more reliable, and it's only going to assist the pilots in their seats, making the aviation more reliable and more safer in the skies, so that the human error possibilities further goes down. But yes, the pilot seat cannot be taken away. That we assure you. Thank you.
Good morning, sir, ma'am. Myself, Supriya of class 12th. I want to ask you a question. What role do professional certificates play in advancing and career aviation?
All right, thank you for the question again. And so whatever the professional certifications, like how just now ma'am briefed us in the slide presentations, like you get your CPL and thereafter you proceed into a different ratings. That is called type rating. You can choose your aircraft ratings and everything, so that it'll offer you varied job profiles, whichever direction you want to go into. And these days, not just scheduled airlines, there are a lot of non-scheduled operators in terms of the aeromedical facilities, the aerosports, and a lot of the seaplanes, and a lot of things our country is offering into now. So yes, and there are other courses as well, which is like a MCC, which is like a multi-crew course, and jet orientation courses, which further help you to widen your horizon to get more jobs into the aviation sector, depending on what your capacity is. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And remember, kids, education never goes to waste. Whatever you learn, you always put it to use.
So I think most of the questions are taken care. Okay, last one, please.
Hello, everybody. This is a bit of a personal question, but I would like to ask that: are there any personal difficulties which you face after choosing this career?
So I wouldn't, okay, so I'll just add on to it. I don't think there are any difficulties. I think you need to tune your mind in a certain way. Because as it was rightly mentioned, it's not a 9-to-5 conventional job. So another important thing is self-discipline. Like let's suppose you have a night flight. So you have to push yourself to get your adequate rest. That is something out of your circadian rhythm, out of your comfort zone. So I think it is just about habit building, how you start early, something similar to sports, right? How it's a little uncomfortable when you start early, you have to take care of your health, nutrition, your sleep, I think is one thing we all struggle with. So you need to start working on it, but I don't think it is something which is not doable. One can always build on it.
So basically it is to fall into a pattern, depending on what kind of flying you're doing. If you're doing short haul flying, that is say a maximum flight time of about 2 hours and 3 hours, you need to tweak yourself lesser than when you're doing a 15-hour flight. I fly a Boeing 777, and we do a Delhi-New York or Delhi-Chicago, San Francisco, a non-stop flight. So for that, if I'm going to be awake, if I'm expected to be awake for 8 hours of a flight, so 15 hours, you can't fly. 2 people can't fly, so we have a double set of crew. So if you have to be awake in the night, your day starts at 2 in the morning, so that's night for most of us. So you need to tell yourself, as Captain Anvesha said, you have to tweak, you have to make a pattern where you sleep in the day and work in the night. Believe you me, it sounds difficult, but it is not. It just, as she rightly said, you need to tell your mind that you want to do it, That's your passion, that's your job, and you love it. And it's doable.
I'll also add another point over here. Since Captain Anvesha correctly mentioned, it's about tuning your mind. What you also need to tell yourself is that it's not a one-time activity where you just study, pass your exams, and that's it. You're done with it. You need to tell yourself and be prepared to study all your life, because aviation is an ever-changing, dynamic atmosphere. You have to keep learning. You have to keep going through refreshers and examinations all throughout your career. So please tell yourself that it's not just about passing an exam. You have to be prepared to learn always.
So I think most of the point my colleagues have already covered, which is your, the examinations and the physical, difficulties which we face. Adding on to that, these days I would also like to emphasize there's a lot which goes on to your mental health as well. So keep your mental health intact, including your physical health, because you never carry your mental stress of your home or your anything to the work, because that is where a lot of other complexities take over. So keep your mental health also in place with your physical health. Thank you.
So I would like to add the last bit. If you're very passionate about it, then there are no difficulties at all. It's just a passion which takes over everything. And of course, you have to be resilient, which is what is demand of the hour now, with every day. So be passionate, be resilient, be joyful, keep yourself healthy. I think everything will be taken care of.
I think all questions are done. I would just like to thank all the airline pilots. Thank you so much.
We hope we had a fruitful interaction with our learned captains. Once again, a round of applause for all of them. And a special thanks to Captain Shweta for an insightful presentation. We now have the distinct honor of inviting a distinguished civil servant and a strategic thinker whose guidance continues to shape the trajectory of India